Hello guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks with Pandy. Today we are going to have a review of T57 Heavy, the American Tier 10 heavy tank. This is an autoloader tank with oscillating turret. You all probably know what does it mean when tank has oscillating turret and clip of several shells in the magazine. So I will not gonna talk about the auto-loading system. Basically, it's a tank that has 4 shells in the magazine. It has a small reload time between the shots, 2 seconds, and the full reload of the whole drum. Full drum reload is the 25 seconds. Before this last patch, the main feature of this tank was that it had the better aiming time than the IMX 50B, the French autoloader tank that I don't have, but I will gonna go for it. The main reason why I explored and researched the T57 Heavy is because this was first heavy tank that was very imbalanced in that manner that you could you had better aiming time and better dispersion of the gun at 100 meters. Well, they allegedly nerfed the whole tank in last patch, but as you're gonna see later on in my gameplay section of the video, that's not quite true. I posted another video on my channel from a live stream where me and my buddy basically wrecked a few tier 10 German heavy tanks. They didn't stand a chance. If you know how to use T57 Heavy, a lot of enemies don't stand a chance against you. Now, to unlock this tank, you would be asked to play in older patches. You would needed to play the light tank line through the M5 Stuart. Then we didn't have the Chaffee. Now the Chaffee is tier 5 and not is tier 5, but it's not the same tank as it was. Now you can see that tank tree is splitting into Chaffee and M37, which is basically M7 that was already there. Sorry, it was a small medium tank. Then you would continue to T21, T71. T71 is the first autoloader tank, and possibly this is the best and weirdest tank tree in the game for your learning curve to go up, because you need to learn how to play a light tank that is autoloader, and it has its own gameplay. Then you jump to the tier 8 where you're jumping into the medium. You're not in the same role, you're starting to be heavy supporter, and then you're going to tier 9. You're a medium with a devastating effect. You're basically a mini T57 Heavy, and you're getting prepared because this tank is bigger than T69. It's a bit smaller than T57 Heavy, but it's more mobile and agile, so they are giving you a lot of time to grind the T57 Heavy and to learn the gameplay and game style for T57 Heavy. Now, when you unlock the T57 Heavy, in first 5 or 10 battles, you're going to encounter the problems that it can get itself in tough situation. Now, when you drive this tank, you basically need to learn when to attack, how to attack, and to have at least one person protecting your ass, pardon my French. Because that reload of 25 seconds sometimes can be a really long experience, and it can get you into trouble if you don't pay attention. Now, you can go to the T54E1 and T57 Heavy through the light tank line. This is from the last patch line. Now, from Chaffee, you're going to T37, which is basically Chaffee, but old Chaffee, as we all know. Then you can see the M41 Walker Bulldog. You have on the internet. I didn't manage to play these two tanks, but I see a lot of people grinding it, and it's a lot of fun because this M41 Bulldog is allegedly an autoloader tank, so it's a more similar playstyle as a T71, so it's a bit samey for me. And T49 is, if I see correctly, the derpy tank with the big 152 millimeters caliber gun. So in some time in the future I'm gonna play them. Now let's back with T57 Heavy stats. The engine power is okay-ish. Top speed is 35 kilometers per hour. Traverse speed is 30 degrees per second. Now, the hull armor looks like it's not anything special, but it's slope in that American way. If you played the heavy tank line of the Americans, you get used to it on this armor. Frontally, 203 of frontal armor, it's okay, you can bounce some shots. Side armor is crap, 50 millimeters of armor, and the back side is even worse. Now the turret armor is all people gonna say that this is a crap armor, and in some ways and in some games it's gonna troll you like a lot, cause sometimes it's gonna work wonders and you're gonna bounce some really ultimate shots and oh I'm gonna die shots and such things like that. But sometimes it's gonna leave you wondering. So I think that you don't count on armor of this tank, to be honest. The rate of fire is not that important because it's an autoloader tank and you need to develop the play style differently than the other tanks. Base view range is 400 meters, signal range is 745. I told you about the gun. I think I didn't only tell you the penetration. The penetration is more than enough to go with AP ammo. You can go with through anything you want. Like you have 258 armor penetration on the regular ammo. With the heat you have 340, which is a bit overpowered if you ask me, because this tank doesn't need that kind of super high penetration, because it's basically loading a skill and not even bothering to shoot people properly. The average damage is 400, and rolls are between 350 and 420. It's usually rolls like that. Things that I put on my tank is improved ventilation class 3, because of the crew skills, and you should use this on every tank, because it's gonna only be beneficial for you, because all of the members of the crew gonna have the boost in +5 of crew skills. Now I took the enhanced gun laying drive because I think that in this tank, if you can aim fast, and even if you are in some situation where you cannot aim so fast and you don't have a time and you just need to do that bomb 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 part, everything that helps that aiming time, it's a blessing. And vertical stabilizer is a must, as well as on the other tanks, but on this tank especially, because you're gonna see me in my gameplay, and you need that stuff for better aiming. Now the crew skills, I went for Brothers in Arms on all of my crew members. Sixth Sense, because there are situations where you need to carry a game, and it's always good to have a Sixth Sense if you can, and if you have that play style to use your Sixth Sense on everything. And now the second skill is snapshot, because you can, in some situation, you can do a lot of shooting on the move, and when you're turning around your turret as well. So basically in the last patch they nerfed the T57's good ability to snapshot even without the snapshot. So basically, if you now research the T57 Heavy and you don't have a snapshot, you can sense that nerf in some ways with some shots. When you turn your turret around, your reticule get bigger, but with the snapshot the reticule stays in normal proportion. And with those equipment that we said, your aim time and your aiming reticule is much calm and narrow while you're moving your turret and shooting and re-aiming other people. Now I have a smooth ride, because why not? You need that stuff as well. Your accuracy during the move is one of the things that keep you alive. And at the end I took save storage as my second skill, and on all of my crew members the third skill is repairs. In the future I'm probably gonna get myself the commander. I'm probably gonna do the jack of all trades or something with extended view range, situational awareness or something like that. On gunner, I'm probably gonna go to the improved accuracy of a damage gun, cause why not as well. On a driver, you need either a clutch braking or reduces ground resistance. Preventive maintenance, in my opinion, doesn't help anything, because I almost never get set on fire in T57 Heavy. And for the armor, I think that nothing basically is good. I mean, you can take the intuition or adrenaline rush. Adrenaline rush is okay in some situation where you can be on the less than 10% of the health, and you can use that. But intuition, in my opinion, on any tank is useless perk, and they need to do something about it. I never saw a video or any other person had that because it give you something good, but rather only because people managed to play so much this tank, so they actually researched it for the lols. And yeah, the shell components, because you have drums of ammo. You have 4 shells in your drum. I basically carried out every time the 6 magazines of regular ammo and the 3 magazines of heat ammo, and I'm probably gonna lower this to 2 clips and give myself a boost of yeah, make it 2 of heat, and rest goes to AP. Now when that is changed, I can just say you don't need heat ammo. In lots of situations you're gonna encounter massive numbers of games where targets are 3 to 4 times are either with bad armor, or just have enough armor where your regular AP ammo can penetrate and do full damage. Now I use the small repair pack just because I don't like those situations where I usually don't get ammo racked and tracked, but so I need to repair everything in tank, if you know what I mean. But rather want to have a small repair pack and repair the ammo rack manually or something like that, because ammo rack is basically the core thing of this tank. If ammo rack is broken, you're gonna have a 50 seconds reload, and you don't want that. Your tank is basically crippled for the rest of the game if your ammo rack is not working properly. And at the end I have the automatic fire extinguisher, which is neat stuff. As I said in my other videos, it helps you in greater manner to put that fire off instead of you, and you can keep your focus on the gameplay and not lose time pressing randomly 5 or 6 button to gas extinguish to hit the manual gas extinguisher and all that jazz. So now, without any other words, we can go and see my gameplay where I'm gonna showcase you how you can do very well in this tank and do your role. And let's go and see that video. And here we are on Redshire standard game. It's basically tier 10 game, mostly tier 10 tanks in this game. Our team consists more TDs and autoloaders in general than heavy tanks, and because of that I decided to go for this heavy tank flank, so I can support my heavy tanks rather than go and have a easy game where I would usually just wreck people and played passively and scavenged the damage. Yeah, you heard that. We and them have T95 artillery. Here you can see that I said IMF to T54. Just I cannot believe that medium tank came up here, because I don't think we need his help over here, but it's just me. I get spotted over here. IS-7 tries to shoot the top of my tank, but he would need a miracle to get that shot. Now you can see me that I'm searching for a position over here, not to block E100, but to be in situation where I can support him. Their IS-7 players are heading around that rock. You saw that IS-7 got shot by some of our TDs camping the ridgeline behind. Now you saw me doing a peekaboo, and the E100 was over there with his lovely lower plate hanging in the air. Now you're gonna see me, I let the E3 goes because he have great armor and he can go hold down over there and just mess up those heavy tanks. And when he shot the Panzer 100, Panzer 100 fired, and now you can see that I'm still thinking about it. When is my time? You need to know when is your time to shoot the enemies. Yeah, my erratic movement just means that I'm not. Yeah, and now I'm gonna. And I really didn't need it to get shot by him, but I made a mistake. Now you can see me that I pull back to reload, to do a quick reload. Basically, you always need to have a situation where you can support your tanks and where you can hide while you reload. And when you reload, you need to penetrate all the shots to be the most effective in all the changes. First of my shots only tracked him and didn't do damage, and I put him on such a low health that he's one shot for any other tank around him. The scores is 6-5. You can, and it's a pretty even game still. Now you see me reload and wreck this guy only to put him on such a low health, and they got the kills. Yeah. Now we won this side, and you're going to see that I'm heading back to support my TDs in the base, because yeah, you can see on the map that we have a party in our base, and we basically all need to prepare for some kind of defense while our heavy is going around to find their TDs or somebody else camping in their base, or to cap, I don't know, kill an RT. Now you see that Waffenträger is saying that he's reloading, and yeah, their team decided to cap, and here I think I did a mistake by staying here to shoot that guy. He's most probably on that ridgeline, and that I hit him at least 2 more times before he managed to go back. I say it's a mistake just because the cap went on 60 seconds time, and Waffenträger is still reloading, and I as well. But the reload time of this tank is insane, so you can do that as well. I finish off the E75. I shot this guy through the house. He shot somebody else, and I cripple him just enough so E4 can kill him easily. Now we are continue sitting here. I say GG to the TDs because they played well. They did their camping job at least good. I don't have a problem if TD is camping in the base, if he is killing people, doing his job. People these days don't even know how to camp effectively behind the houses. Nah, he's behind the ridgeline. I don't have a shot. And now I'm gonna chase to see if I can find the C50M and Waffenträger. Oops, I got pushed by Waffenträger a bit, but it's okay. They're probably in this in this part of the map, somewhere out there. If they're not in that corner hidden to have a final stand, then they're probably around somewhere over here, because they knew that our last position was in the base, and probably they don't think we all went together like you should do every time. And this snapshot is a thing that I was talking about. This tank has that snapshot ability when you have those perks and your aim is good. And to be honest, the Waffenträger's turret is such a big target, man, so you can easily shoot it down. Yep, I'm on a 3 kill streak. I don't know. I did loads of damage. I don't even know how many damage I did. You see me in few videos. I was using XFAM and all that mods. Now I'm not using, because I did some benchmark testing and I saw that those mods for some reason are killing my FPS. When I'm not using them, my FPS is decent, but with mods mess up, really mess up my loading time of games and other things. This guy was really hidden. Yeah, he killed that guy in the cap. Whoop, yep, he's over there. And can we get the kill still? Yeah, we can. It was my 4th kill, and nice end of the game. And let's see the post-game stats. So you can see that this was my mastery badge game. This is my mastery badge game in this patch, while because they allegedly nerfed this tank. I didn't saw what they nerfed exactly. They nerfed the aiming time and the turret rotation, the and all those things, but as you can see, T57 Heavy brings the balance again to the game. In other patches, earlier patches when I didn't had my YouTube channel, I had bigger games than this, and I'm still amazed how this tank is badly played, because in earlier games, in earlier patches before, when it was more overpowered, people played it really amazingly good and had really good stats. Now you can see over here that I did 6k damage, but when you watch the replay again, you don't really see that I did those amounts of damage. Honestly, I was surprised as well at the end of the game that I managed to do 6k damage game. But it's so easy if you know how to play this tank. Like all those poor heavy tanks got slaughtered just because I had enough armor and TDs to cover me and to give me opportunity to do that supporting role. I even managed to get the 4 kills at the end. You heard me that I was crying on half of the video about setting players on 13 health and others kill stealing. But anyways, I finished with the most kills in both of the teams. I get the 1173 base XP. Or here we can see the mastery badge, obviously. We can see the high caliber medal, which is one of the new medals for dealing the top damage in the game. Bruiser, fire for effect, duelist, and fighter. You can see over here that I damaged or destroyed 8 tanks, so you can and you saw in the video that I did my supportive role. I didn't camp behind, I stuck in with the other tanks and I helped them win the game, because the majority of the tanks of the other team was at our side. You can see over here as well that I had 54 base defense points. That's only because I had situational awareness of my map. You all use your map every time and watch it. I went back and decapped 2 people and got even experience for the base defense. I did 2256 player assistance. That's because I think I tracked the even 100 and few more tanks. I don't know really, but I did my role in the assistance manner as well. We got as I said 1.1k base XP. It was a ×3 event on some weekend, and I don't know what is this action payout, but we got those XP as well. In total that is 4k XP game. Now the interesting part, we got damage and we shoot the AP ammo and penetrated most of our shots, had all of these things, and I managed to pick up 18k credits of profit in this game. Even we got damaged, even we missed some shots or tracked some shots, it paid off at the end. With no premium account we earned 18k in tier 10 game, and if we had a premium account this would be a very profitable tier 10 game, almost 50k of earnings. And basically that's it. I think I said everything that I needed to say about this game. The enemy team had some people trying to play at that big level, but honestly, I had two Waffenträgers camping like bosses and doing almost 4k damage and 4k damage. They had me. I was wrecking people with every of my drum. Um, and yeah, that's it. I hope you like this video, share it with your friends. It means a lot because I really try to uh, not be annoying on forums or on Facebook, because I know that people are grumpy in all that situation. So thank you for you guys that are coming from YouTube and uh, watching me through YouTube, and really your likes and views and comments as well help me a lot. So thank you, and we shall see you guys in the next one episode. Take care.